Welcome back to the Green Workbench. We have this old cupboard and it's just been in my garage, so I am going to convert it into a side table. So we'll get it cleaned up and squared up and repaired, and then we will worry about some legs and a top and a back, and getting it looking nice again. So let's get started. So first step is I'm going to take off the brass hardware and get it cleaned up. I got them all cleaned off. So to clean brass, stick it in, you can either do vinegar, soak it in vinegar, or ketchup actually works. Soak it in there. You can use a little bit of steel wool if you need to. So it turns out pretty cool. Okay, next I need to clean it off, so I took some air and blew it out, and then I'm just going to take wet, hot, soapy water, just get the rag damp, not wet, and I'm just going to wipe the whole thing down and clean it off. It's been in my garage for a long time, so it's very dirty and dusty. So I'll give it a nice cleaning. The next step is to cut the back. And put a backing on. Measure it top and bottom. If it's an old piece, it might be a little bit different, and you want to do your best to try to square it up. And then go ahead. I'm just using a sheet of plywood, 1/4 inch. So I'll go ahead and cut that to my measurements. Okay, I've cut the back to size. I'm going to sand kind of around the edges, run a probably 120 over the whole thing, just real quick. It's the back, and then I'm going to stain it. Use a Danish oil and stain it front and back, and put it over to the side. I'm not attaching it yet, but I don't want to try to stain it after it's already attached, reaching into all the cubbies and everything. So I'm going to do it beforehand. For the top of mine, I have this sheet of brass. You can get just at a big box store. I'm going to cover the top and give it an older look. So the next thing I need to do is mark it and cut. I'm going to come about a 1/2 inch from the end and fold it down, and that's why I'm not putting the back on yet. One of the reasons. Once it's folded down, then I'll attach the back over top of it. It looks like I'm going to be folding down the sides a little bit as well, but I'll butt right up against the front here. And then I'll just use spray adhesive. Spray the bottom of the brass once I've cut it, and just carefully place it on. Okay, it's cut. So now I'm bending down that back. And the sides. And I'll be ready to spray the self-adhesive. Alright, I've got the brass decorative top on. So now I am going to work on the legs. I grabbed some mid-century modern style legs off the internet, and I'm going to add those to the bottom. Alright, I've got my legs on, so now I can go ahead and put that back on that I've already stained. Okay, it's time to put on the back. So I'm actually going to use some construction adhesive. I'm going to put a bead, and especially since I've got the brass up top and I've got all of these different parts. So I put the bead, nail it down, and I just put some heavy weights on it. Alright, the back's on and the top is on. So we're ready to finish it. So you have options. You can completely sand or strip. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to restore it. There are finishes that are basically designed to go over the top of old finishes, kind of fill in the holes, match the colors, just make it look nice. Because I don't want it to look completely new. It's a retro piece. I want it to look retro. But this will just polish it up a little bit. Alright, there it is, all finished. So I took that old cupboard, added some legs and a top and spruced it up and make it to a nice end table. Please check out my other videos, and I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time on the Green Workbench.